Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot, and today we're going to get right into the mid-December reading, love check-in for the sign of Aquarius. All right, my lovely Aquariuses, I do adore you. I'm a Sagittarius myself, but there was never an Aquarius I've met that I didn't love. And yeah, let's get into your mid-December love check-in, all right? If you want to check out your other videos, if you're new to my channel, you haven't seen them, they're all linked in the description. 2020 Outlook, I believe, is there. If not, yes, your 2020 Outlook, your 2020 Love Outlook is coming, and your full December reading is out. So let's just see, what do the Romance Angel messages have for you? We're going to pull out 2 cards for this mid-December period, and then we'll go ahead and get right into your traditional Celtic spread, simplified, and your clarifiers. So, Aquarius, past life relationship, you have known each other before. And we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Very nice indeed. All right, so let's pull out your actual spread. Now, of course, we know that this spread can't be for absolutely all Aquarius out there, right? So we're just going to take what resonates, right, for you and just disregard the rest, all right? This may only actually resonate with a few of you out there, and that's fine. And this is just the middle of the month love check-in, okay? So let's get right into it. Aquarius, show me what's going on for this last month of 2019. The finishing touches, the icing on 2019's cake, as it were. All right, Aquarius, straight out we have 2 of Cups and 5 of Cups. We have conscious energies, 3 of Pentacles, unconscious is 4 of Swords. We have an Ace of Swords here in your previous energy going into a 6 of Cups. Interesting. Bottom of the deck. We have the Sun. Oh, the Sun comes out for clarity and confidence, affirmation, beautiful energy. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Of course, Leo is associated with the Strength card, but there is Leo energy associated with the Sun card also. All right, Aquarius. Wow. Let's get right into it, okay? Past life relationship attraction, 2 of Cups, covered by 5 of Cups. Is this a connection coming back around? Right? I feel like it is. I feel like this is for some of you. You are reconciling, Aquarius. Some of you are coming back together with someone where perhaps there was an argument or a fight, a split in the dynamic in some way. 2 of Cups, of course, talks about a balanced union, a coming together. 2 is the number for balance and duality. 2 of Cups is when we seek, when we have a relationship or we seek a connection with someone in an extremely sort of balanced and unified way. An understanding is there. However, it was covered by 5 of Cups. So there's something that happened in this union that you regret, right? You feel like, absolutely feels to me like this is a really strong sort of soulmate connection that somewhere along the line something happened, it didn't work out, and you've pretty much been regretting it ever since, right? You've been missing them. It doesn't indicate, why the split is. We'll get a little deeper, we may find out. But in any case, there has been an internal sort of power struggle with yourself in terms of letting that go. You just seem to not have been able to let this union go. And that's what the 5 of Cups talks about, even if, and I feel for some of you, even if you've had other relationships since this union, you've never been able to forget it. You just have never been able to sort of completely let it go. This is strong past life relationship, strong soulmate connection. This could have been a union that fell apart months ago, years ago. In any case, it is coming back around for you now. All right. We have a 3 of Pentacles and a 4 of Swords. So it's interesting. Could be that this union was separated or split up due to money. Could have been professions or careers. It feels very much like the 2 ships in the night type of thing. The timing just wasn't right for this. You had to get on with your career, or they had to get on with their career. It could be that schooling or business in some way is what separated you two. This is a very romantic union. This is very much, it feels strongly like there wasn't any sort of, there was no love lost. This union didn't fall apart because you didn't love each other. The split came from the outside. It just came because perhaps you two were not meant to be with each other at the time. You may have been from two different cultures or two different religions. You may have even been from two different countries. Whatever the case may be, it was one of these things that where you said to each other, look, I love you, you love me, but this world is not for us, or this life is not for us. And so you've held on, though, to this love. And your focus, though, it's funny because Three of Pentacles indicates that since then, or since this union perhaps split, you have been working on your career. You know, your love has always been, your second love has been career. And like I say, even though you may have had relationships since this one, none of them have quite compared to the love you've had for this person. And so for most of the rest of your life since leaving them, it has always been about your career. You know, it's always been about you sort of focusing on your business or your mastery, your craft, whatever the case may be. It is an acceptance, almost like it's like you accepted this was my soulmate, and this, you know, in this life we weren't meant to be together, but I always held on to this person being my soulmate. And so for the rest of my life, I'll just continue working on my art or my passion. The back of your mind, you have a Four of Swords, which is interesting because now you begin to think about how you could possibly, I think, it's a strategize and come back. You know, it could be that you two are coming back into contact with each other now. And in the back of your mind, it's making you really think about what steps to take. How do I take these steps? What do I do now? It could be that after many years of not seeing each other, you've seen each other and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I see them again. I'm close to them again. The clarity has come. The reaffirmation has come in again. Almost as if to sort of confirm to you that this was the love of your life and is the love of your life. This person or this union continues to be the main union in your life. Even if you've gone past it, you've never really quite let it go. And for some reason, I feel a lot of you, Aquarius, if you're resonating with, there's a reconciliation approaching. Not even a reconciliation, because again, I don't feel like this union broke up because you guys necessarily stopped loving each other or because something horrible happened. It was really a circumstantial, right? And so now it's like, okay, so is there a way for us to come back? Is there a way for me to sort of strategize this union happening again? Feels very much like one of those cases if you have had sort of a high school sweetheart and you guys had to grow apart or live your lives apart. Now you're in your 40s and 50s and you're coming back together. It feels like that. Ace of Swords comes in with the Six of Cups. Clarity and understanding has come in. Information has been made clear to you that indeed perhaps you found a solution to this. It could be that for a long time you've always wondered, you know, how will I get back to them? How will I, maybe I'm wrong, you know. Maybe this isn't the love of my life or else we'd be together. But now in this recent period, I think information has become clear to you. Understanding has come clear to you that has made you feel as though you were right all along. This is the love of your life. You will, you know, and I think that for a lot of you Aquarius, if you're resonating with this, it's just somehow something has happened recently. And again, like I say, maybe that you have become, you know, you've gotten into physical contact with each other in some way. But this information that has become clear to you has only reinforced the fact that you have not really loved anyone else as much as you have loved this person, right? It feels really nice. And of course, you're coming out of this with a Six of Cups, which is a reforming of this union, a coming together. Those two young people there on the Six of Cups are very symbolic of the soul. And this is why we consider Six of Cups the soulmate card, because it indicates the forming of a union, a strong union when the souls were young. And this is why oftentimes this can be considered also past life relationships. You know, it's more symbolic of two young souls coming together and loving each other and therefore remaining soulmates throughout different lives. And this is an understanding that's coming back into you now, that this person has and will always be your greatest love in this life, one of your greatest soulmates. I don't know what else to tell you, Aquarius. This is a very strong reading for you to come back in contact with someone that has always been in your heart. Perhaps you never thought that you will come back together with them, but they've always been in your heart. You have always regretted not having them in your life. However, it has not been one of these regrets like your life stood still or anything like that. Like I say, both of you have probably carried on with your lives, but secretly always had that little part of your heart that is burned for the other. Very strong, very romantic. This is the stuff of books, right? This is the stuff of movies. These are the kind of stories, love stories, that movies are made about. You know, very, very beautiful, very romantic. And now there is a chance, possibility, for these two ships that have passed so many years ago to come back together. Let's get your clarifiers. Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Four of Cups, and a Nine of Pentacles. Yes, money may bring you back together. Feels very strongly like you both went on with your lives for a career to get, you know, because your lives just weren't able to be together. Nine of Wands. Right? So, realizing, looking back and realizing exactly, here, let me move this over here. Nine of Wands talks about the strength we have, Sun and Sagittarius, strength to sort of like press on, right? Looking back at our lives and looking back on some of the burdens and baggage we may have carried and realizing it's time to lay it down. There could have been indeed some guilt or some baggage that you've been harboring as a result of this union not having been with you this whole time. You're ready to lay that down though, right? Let's get right into this. Three of Pentacles covered by the Four of Pentacles. Well, Four of Pentacles in the Thoth deck is the card for power, Sun and Capricorn energy. Yes, it was a threat to financial status, I think, or a threat to perhaps your future. You needed to stabilize your own life. Both of you needed to stabilize your own life. I think that very much had you stayed together, one person would have had to forego their dreams. You know, one person would have had to forego their life's purpose. And you both knew that your lives were just not going to, at that particular time, were just not for each other. And now the stability that you've worked for is established. You have a strong base. It's almost as if, you know, it's like one of these things, you know, perhaps you met in college, right? You're in your early 20s and you both needed to follow your pursuits. But now that you both have, and now that you have both sort of established a power and a stable base, both of you have gone on to actually sort of manifest your career. It's almost as if now that many years later, now that you've achieved what you wanted to achieve for yourselves, you both have the stability perhaps to now finally come back together. Two of Swords is confirming this Four of Swords. So again, it's a decision. Before there was a decision, remember, in the past, perhaps there was, you know, Two of Swords talks about that impossible decision, right? Can't live with them for some reason, can't live without them. Almost feels as though that this state of this being up in the air has been up in the air for many years. Now you're finding a balance. With the Four of Swords covered by that Two of Swords, you're understanding that the strategy is not to have to pick one over the other, but to find a balance. Now that you both have established your own careers, it could be that you find this balance of how to be together in a way that you can continue to have everything that you've worked for, but that now you can have each other in your lives again, right? You're not willing to sort of let go again, right? This time, your full strategy, your full focus is on working out a way to find a balance here so that you can have this person in your life. You don't want the ships to miss again, Right? You've been too long without each other. Four of Cups comes in over that Ace of Swords, and it's like for many years it could have well been that up until now, yes, you've been in other relationships, but you've never allowed anyone that close because you always knew that no one could be as close as this person. It's been almost a sense of, it's an example. It's like this, if you know that the love of your life is out there and that you both sort of had to decide to be apart from each other for the sake of your own life progression for a period of time, right? Then every other person who's come into your life since then, whether they work out or not, has never really been such a deep scar on you because your greatest love has been untouched. The greatest part of your heart has been saved for your soulmate who is out there somewhere, and you've learned to live apart from them. And so it's almost like every time you got together with somebody else in the meantime, it's like, okay, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, because you never loved anybody as much as you've loved this soulmate of yours, right? And so any breakups that you've had along the way, you've been able to sort of just, yeah, okay, cool, I'm not devastated, because the biggest devastation I had in my life was when I had to say goodbye to my soulmate, because we knew we couldn't, we knew that in this life we just couldn't be together for right now. And so any other breakup could never compare to you having had to say goodbye to your soulmate so many years ago, right? And this is an understanding that comes in now. And I think a lot of you, perhaps, maybe you've been wondering why you've never been able to have a deeper connection. Because now you realize, yeah, it was because, Aquarius, you're realizing it was because the greater part of your heart has always been locked away for this person. And this is one of the understandings that's coming in for you. Six of Cups. This beautiful reunion, this beautiful sort of coming together of this soulmate connection that you have that started so many years ago, perhaps, is covered with a Nine of Pentacles. Either one of you or both of you have achieved a level of success that now you don't have to be separated from each other anymore. You've achieved what you wanted to achieve. The rewards have come in. You both, to a certain degree, perhaps have been very successful in your careers, but yet you've been alone. All the 9 cards of the suits have inherent in them a little bit of the Hermit, and it's this kind of like separateness that you've always had because you know that no one could have ever compared to this love connection with you. Now that you both have sort of accomplished so much in your lives, now that you have sort of fulfilled your life's destiny, it's time for you to be together again. Very beautiful reading, Aquarius. This is a reading for someone who is coming back together with a love connection, with someone that they have been attracted to, someone that they have had definitely a soulmate connection with for a very long time, if not their entire lives. And now because you both have gotten to a certain level now in your lives with your career and your abundance and your success, you're no longer willing to live apart. You're no longer willing to be away from each other. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. Again, this is the stuff of, romance novels, Very, very nice. And for some of you, this is happening right now. This awakening, this beginning, this coming back together is happening for you right now. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it at that. This is your mid-December love check-in. It's very straightforward. It's very, very lovely. And my gosh, what else can I say? If you want to get a deeper reading, go ahead and follow those links at the top of your screen. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, please go ahead and leave me a comment. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. Just as I'm signing off, the siren starts. Sorry about that background noise. My regulars know I live in the city on the East Coast, so can't be helped. But thank you so much for watching this. If you're new to my channel, thank you if you made it to the end. This is your last love check-in for 2019. And Aquarius, I wish you all the best for the rest of 2019, and I shall see you in 2020. Bye-bye now.